Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video lecture, we are going to solve and answer questions from CRP5 chapter Keith Williams General Navigation book. So let's start with question number 41. True airspeed 470, heading winds given to you, calculate drift and ground speed. Quite easy sum. So true airspeed is 470, heading is 317, winds 45 at 45. Ground speed 470 knots and true course 312. So true course is 312, ground speed is 470.58. Okay. Now course 312, heading 317. Now whenever heading is more than your course, okay, heading more than your course, that condition is called port drift or left drift. Now in this case, port drift or left drift will be equal to 5 degrees. It will be equal to 5 degrees. Okay, so drift angle is 5 degree left and ground speed is 471 knots. 42. Task true heading winds given, calculate drift and ground speed. Now task is 140 here, heading is 302, winds 45 at 45. So ground speed is 156 knots and true course is 286 knots. Course is 286 degrees, correction, and heading here is 302 degrees. Now, when heading is more than course, you get port drift, left drift, right? So here 302 minus 286 will be equal to 16 degrees. So you are getting a port drift of 16 degree left. So drift angle is 16 degree left. Again, task 290 knots, heading task 290 knots, heading 171, winds 310 at 30. So what will be your ground speed? Ground speed will be 312 knots. Okay, 312 knots. Drift angle will be how much? True course here is 1. Okay, true heading is 171. Okay, there is a correction. Ground speed will be 313 knots and true course. So ground speed will be 313 knots. True course is how much? 3167. Heading here is how much? 171. So whenever heading is more than course, you get port or left hand side drift. Port drift. In this case, this will be a port drift of 4 degrees. Port drift of 4 degrees. Okay. Next. 44. Task given, true heading given, winds are given, what is drift and ground speed. Substitute the values. Task 485 knots, winds 110 at 95 and true heading 226. So ground speed will be 533 knots. Okay, ground speed will be 533 knots. So that leaves us with two possible actions, alpha and bravo. What is true course here? True course is 235. True course is 235. Heading is 226. Now, whenever course is more than heading, you call this condition starboard drift. You call this condition starboard drift. So here you have starboard drift of 9 degrees. So option alpha will be the correct option. Next 45, task is 472, heading is 5, winds 110 at 50. Ground speed will be equal to 487 knots. Okay, ground speed will be equal to 487 knots, and true course is 359. True course is 359 degree. So what will be your true heading? Correction. True heading is 005. Now whenever heading is more than course, you have port drift. You have port drift, right? So in this case, you have a port drift of 6 degrees. You have a port drift of 6 degrees. 359005 is nothing but 365. So it is 6 degree left. 46, task is given, heading is given, winds are given. What is drift and ground speed? So task 190 knots, heading 85, winds 110 at 50. So ground speed will be 146 knots. Drift angle. So what is true course? It is 77. Heading 085. So drift will be how much? Drift will be port, because whenever heading is more than course, you get a port drift. Now in this case, port drift of 85 minus 77, which is 8 degrees. So you have 8 degree port drift. 47, task 132, heading 257, winds 95 at 35. So what will be ground speed? It will be 166 or 165 knots. So option alpha or delta. What is true course? It is 261. True course is 261. Heading is 257. So drift will be when course is more than heading, that drift will be called starboard. And here starboard drift of 261 minus 257, 4. So delta is the correct option. Question 48, task true heading winds, calculate true track and ground speed, right? So task 370, true heading 181, winds 95 at 35, ground speed 369, and true track or true course 186. So 186 and ground speed 369. Next, question 49, task 375, true heading 124, Okay, let me check this question. 49. Task 375, heading 124, wind velocity 130 at 55. So calculate true. So you have to find out true track and ground speed. So ground speed is 320 and track or course is 123. So option number Bravo. Track 123 and ground speed 320. Next question 50. Task is 125. True heading is 355. Winds are 320 at 30. So ground speed will be 102 knots and true course will be 5 degree. So option A. True course 5 degree, ground speed 102 knots. This brings our lecture to an end. I hope you have understood this lecture and liked this lecture very well. I request you all to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. Share this video with many friends and uh, do like this. Do hit the like button to in case you have liked this video lecture. And I request you all and I suggest you all to keep practicing more and more questions from Oxford, RK Bali, not to mention peak periods. So I'll see you in the next lecture in which I will solve the next 10 questions and keep doing this till the end of this chapter. So see you there.